Section 232 is titled Determining Similar Triangles, and we are going to be answering the question, are the triangles similar? So at the top of page 23, we're looking at question 90 that says, decide if each pair of triangles below is similar. Use a flowchart to organize your facts and conclusion for each pair of triangles. Okay? So for part A, I saw that I had a side, an angle, and a side marked on the triangle on the left, and a side and an angle on a side marked on the triangle on the left. Side angle side is a possible triangle congruence if the sides are proportional, meaning they have the same ratio. So the first thing I did is found the smallest side on the triangle on the left and the smallest side on the triangle on the right, and I highlighted them the same color. So take your highlighter and highlight them the same color. This is side GH, and this is side KL. So that's my ratio right here. Then I take the numeric side size, which is 12, and the number size, which is 9, and I write it as a ratio. I have 12 over 9. So I take my calculator, I go 12 divided by 9, hit the equal sign, and it tells me 1.33333333 all the way over to the side. So I write down 1.3 with a bar over the top of it. Make sure you use your calculator for that. Okay? That's the two orange sides. Then I notice that I have a little box here and a little box here. So I took my highlighter and I highlighted them the same color. So choose a different highlighter, but highlight them both the same color. Okay, the little box is for a right angle. So they're both 90 degrees and they're both congruent. So I'm just going to write that angle H is congruent to angle L, and that was given information. All right. Then I have two sides. The one on the left is side IH, that goes in the numerator, and the side on the left is JL. I put that in the denominator. Then I put their measurements, 16 from the left, 12 from the right. And I wanted to see what that ratio was equivalent to. So I took my calculator, I went 16 divided by 12, hit the equal sign, and it gave me 1.333333 all the way over to the side, which is 1.3 with a bar. Okay? So I compare those two ratios. Are those two ratios the same? Does 1.3 with a bar equal 1.3 with a bar? Yes, they have the same ratio, which means they are proportional. So I had side, angle, side, similarity. So we say that triangle GHI is similar, not congruent, but similar to triangle KLJ. Any questions on part A? All right, awesome. Let's move down to part B. For part B, I noticed that 3 sides were labeled here and 3 sides were labeled here. So we want to see if we have side similarity. Okay? So we're going to match up the sides. So I found the smallest side on the top triangle and the smallest side on the bottom triangle. And I wrote their ratio as 8:4. If you take 8:4 in your calculator, you'll get 2. 8 divided by 4. I did it in my head, but if you need to do it on your calculator, do it on your calculator. Then I took the next smallest side, which on the top triangle is 9, and on the bottom triangle is 5. You punch that into a calculator. 9 divided by 5 is going to be equal to 1.8. Is that the same ratio as the first one? No, they are not the same ratio. So we say that these two triangles are not similar because they do not have the same ratio. All right, We could have tried the 14 to the 7. We would have gotten 2. That would have been helpful, but the medium length sides of the 9 and the 5 were 1.8. So they are not similar. Okay? Any questions on part B? All right. Part C is a little bit tricky, mostly because of the way they drew it. They put a small triangle inside of the larger triangle. Okay? So some students have a hard time seeing that, but there's 2 triangles there. There's a small one inside of a large one. Okay? When you have a small triangle inside of a large triangle, they end up sharing one of its angles. The angle that they're sharing is M, so you say that angle M is congruent to angle M. They're going to have the same measure because all angles are congruent to themselves. Okay? Then you look for any other angles. Well, there's a little arc mark here and an arc mark here. So take your different colored highlighter, highlight this one, and highlight this one. They are congruent. That becomes one of your statements, which is angle B is congruent to angle S. That was given information. And for similarity, we only need angle, angle. So you're going to say that triangle BMT is similar to triangle SMN by angle, angle similarity. Any questions on part C? All right, turn over to the top of page 24. Question number 91 says, for the diagrams in problems 90, what are the lengths of the segments listed below? If it is not possible to calculate the length of a segment, explain why not. So for A, they wanted us to get the length of JK. So if you flip back over, you're going to notice that JK does not have a measurement, but its corresponding side has a measurement of 20. And their ratio should be 1.33333, right? So we're going to take the 20 that we know, and we're going to divide it by something until we get 1.33333. But since it's 0.3, I know that if I take the 15 and divide it, well, by 3, you get 5. So if you add 5, you're going to get back to 20, which means that it should be 15. So JK is 15. Part B, they wanted us to find VT. Oh, it's not possible. I thought it was from the middle one. It's from this one. VT is not possible because it's the bottom one and there's no corresponding measurement, so we can't get that one. So that one's not possible. Part C, they want us to get TN. Okay, TN we can get. Okay, so TN is this piece. Oops, you can't even see it. TN is this piece right here. So if it helps, put an X right there. And then we're going to set up our proportion. We're going to say that 9 is to 2.5 as 11 is to X. So right here, is it showing? No. 9 is to 2.5 as 11 is to X. Make sure you have that equal sign in the middle. That is called your proportion. So we took the left side of the triangles, the top to the bottom, set it equal to the right side of the triangles, the top to the bottom. As long as you follow that same order from both sides, you can set up your proper proportion. In order to solve a proportion, you do something called the cross product. That means multiply diagonally. So you're going to go the 9 times the X, then you're going to do 11 times 2.5. Then you're going to need to punch it in your calculator. 9 times X is 9X 11 times 2.5 is 27.5. Then you're going to divide by 9. 27.5 divided by 9 is 3.05. Okay? All right. For question 92, you're going to do it in your groups of 4. They want to know. Cameron offers you a challenge. Are the triangles at right similar? How do you know? The triangle on the left has 3 pieces of information. The triangle on the right has 3 pieces of information. They get filled into these 3 bubbles. You decide, yes, they are similar. No, they are not similar. And you need to state which similarity proves them similar. Then you answer questions B, C, D in your group. And then you are done. All right? Any questions on what to do in your group? Nope. Awesome. Okay. Let me see.